Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where today we attempt victory with the Forgotten. I'm gonna level with you. I think the Forgotten are the weakest faction. I think this is going to be the hardest victory out of all of them to secure, but I don't think any of the factions in Endless Legend are truly bad. I'm just warning y'all, there might be a couple of tries on this one. So the Forgotten are masters of deception, infiltration, and sabotage. The arrival of the Forgotten among the factions of Auriga will change everything. From pillaging extractors to assassinating governors, the rules of conflict will never be the same again. It's a little dramatic, but I believe the Forgotten were the first expansion faction, the first ones to be added after the initial group, which is part of why this reads this way. And they were added alongside the espionage system, so obviously they interact with that a lot. Their units are very stealthy. All of their heroes are max level spies, and we're going to have to be doing a lot of spying here. In no small part because we are science-phobic, mistrustful of scientists and their mad passions. The science resource simply does not exist for the Forgotten. We cannot ever do research in the traditional way. We can purchase technologies with dust, we can trade technologies away from other players, and we have a special spying thing we can do that also can help with this. But obviously, this has a pretty huge effect on the way you play the game. And obviously, it's going to represent a little bit of a change of pace after 2 consecutive science victories. Our Dust Eclipse effect makes it so that infiltrated spies gain the Dust Opportunist infiltration action, allowing them to just straight up steal dust from the Empire they're spying on. I don't know that I've ever used this. I might not have played the Forgotten after the Dust Eclipses came out. I'm not sure. We'll see. We're gonna have to experiment a little bit to find the groove with this faction. We get loot whenever we destroy a neutral village. It's definitely going to be a much more military play style. And this is our other technology thing. We don't have access to decreased science production, but in place we can copy a technology that is known by the Empire that we are spying on. So we're going to need a lot of spies because they are our primary way of getting access to new tech. Either that or just generating huge amounts of dust. Our units are better at pillaging, and we also have a reduction in military upkeep. -1 dust per unit adds up to a lot over the course of the game. And then we got, some technologies and stuff. We'll see all that. We start with Pillage and Search Party unlocked. Search Party, as I have gone on record saying many times, I think is just absolute garbage. This is basically blank. Pillage is an interesting one. Pillage is available to everybody, and I don't usually take it. It can be very effective, and we've certainly seen many of our things get pillaged. But because we've never been on the pillaging side, what you may not know is that pillaging an extractor or a minor faction village or something doesn't just disable it, it also gives you rewards. The pillaging player gets a bunch of money, or like if it was an extractor, you get a bunch of whatever the extractor makes. So early pillage can be a good way of gleaning some resources. I have not set up the player colors here at all. And then 2 blue players. No, let's do a light blue and we've been doing like this, right? Yeah, that should be. Dark blue and purple in the game together was a problem. Or no, that's right. We were playing more with this like lilac. It was dark blue and lilac in the game together. I still don't know if that's what that color is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters is I'm going to press this button and then I'm going to pause the recording until the game actually starts. So I'll see y'all in a moment.
Ages ago, we were banished by our kin. In fear and shame, they turned their backs on us, closing the door. We survived on a world gone mad by embracing the madness. Thus shadow and silence became our allies, and they made us strong. Now the time for payment of ancient debts has come. The price will be high, and we will be paid in full.
So yeah, that science phobia comes from the fact that the Forgotten are the descendants of the people who were kicked out of the vault, like where the Vaulters lived. And so they've just sort of twisted themselves into a weird, grim reflection of everything about the Vaulters. I think it's a really great melding of like story and mechanics. So the sort of the main gimmick of our military units is that a lot of them dual wield. We can equip 2 one-handed weapons. We only get half of the bonuses on the left-handed weapon, but we do benefit from all of its capacities in full. So, for example, instead of wielding 2 swords, we can wield a sword and an axe, and we get the full benefit of Infantry Slayer and the full benefit of Range Slayer. In addition, we benefit a little bit more, I would argue, from strategic weaponry than other factions do, because we effectively get 150% of the strategic weapon bonuses, which again is kind of a cool reflection of the Vaulters in that they also care a great deal about strategics. I think it's a really, really well-designed faction that like totally rules in a lot of ways, but I also just find them incredibly difficult to play. And that's not even necessarily an issue of them being weak, so much as it is them not meshing well with my sort of like my intuitive playstyle. So let's talk about this starting territory. We got dropped in right near some steppe soil, which is cool. But I'm noticing this area across the border. Wow. Wow. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could drop our first city right here. Holy hell. So that's spiral rock peels plus approval. Wizard stones are plus approval. Yeah, there we go. The wizard stones, the floating magic rocks. The steppe soil is plus approval, and the dragon tree is also plus approval. So our city will just be at neutral 100 approval. That's wild. That rules a huge amount. To some extent, I'm going to feel really bad if we don't get a win out of this start, and that's a lot of pressure. So in some ways, this is a little bit of a bummer. And it's a Durgeshi region. Okay. But like 15, 18, 9 with 40 approval is like... I don't know if I've ever seen 5 anomalies grouped together in that way. That's amazing. Okay, sorry. I'm going to stop gushing about our incredible luck here. Let's have our hero go and scout this ruin real quick. And then, like, do we want to just kill the Durgeshi? How much does it cost to buy a technology out? The first one's pretty cheap. So, like, we probably want Mill Foundry. Like, Okay, hold on. Founders Memorial. Okay, so you'll notice we have a slightly different version of the Founders Memorial. It does not have the +2 science, but it does have more dust than the Memorial usually outputs. And we still get a birth in 2 without... it doesn't change anything. We're on 10 to 30, huh? 10 to 30 turns into the first winter. I think what I'm actually going to do is buy cultivation. Second tech is 40. So we could buy the Mill Foundry or we could buy Language Square. But I think I want to do this. I think I want a Founders Memorial into really fast seed storage, because we may well be able to have this up for quite some time, or maybe even like this. That does, yeah. Yeah, I kind of love that. Having a functional seed storage on turn 4 is going to lead to us having so much population. So if we do burn down the Dorgeshi villages, we got to rebuild them, obviously. But also, if we burn down the Dorgeshi villages, we get resources. No, let's try to make friends. We're not going to make friends with everybody. We get extra resources for destroying minor factions, and we're going to take advantage. But the minor faction in our home region, we should try to pacify the cheapest and fastest way possible. They want 8 gold. Man, we cannot guarantee that that will happen. So I think we are just going to attack this village. If we burn this village down, we can attempt to get a quest from the next village. Hopefully they'll be a little smarter. I mean, obviously, let's use the militia to do all the real fighting. Okay. Plus, getting into a fight this early is good for us in the sense that it automatically explores the entire area that the fight happens over. This is like a little bit of free information. All right, so our basic combat unit, the assassin, I realized we didn't actually talk about this. I got distracted. Has the ability to just move right through enemy units. So a lot of types of formations of infantry protecting ranged units don't really work against the Forgotten. And then, of course, we got our dual wield. And we have natural stealth. All Forgotten units are invisible on any tile if all of the units in the army have this ability. So obviously pretty great, but it does not work against things that are adjacent to you. We also have Native Minor Faction Slayer 2. That might be a recent change, or at least since I last played them. I don't remember them having that. Doesn't mean they didn't, obviously. All right, you just back up. You just let the militia do the militia thing. Oh, they managed to get their stun off. Maybe you should intercede then. Yeah. Oh. They're going to come to you. I just wanted to make sure that we were freeing the reinforcement panel up. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Let's just leave you out of the battle. The hero 2. The militia should be able to handle a single cavalry unit. That's kind of their whole deal. This has taken an embarrassingly long time. Okay, we got there eventually. So loot 40 dust. And, you know, with 40 dust, probably buy out Mill Foundry relatively soon. Alright, so you're going to go figure that out. You're going to explore up this way. Ooh, Eyeless Ones. That's a free kill. That's good news for us. I'm going to have this one... Where are we relative to the edges of the map? Okay, close-ish to the top. I'm going to have this one search downward a little bit. Search south. Silix. That's tough. Since we are melee, that's a tough one. The Harmonite, not a fun unit to punch. So if we attack from right here... Oh, hold on. It looks like our quest probably involves this Eyeless One's village. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to pull up the full... There we go. This thing. My dreams are still haunted by the night we lost my friend, my rock, the previous leader of the Wayfarer's divinity, Master Shadow Ziema Adya. They came upon us not 3 days out from the Targadian mountains, shadowy figures in the night. At first, we thought them simple bandits preying on hapless travelers, desperate rogues who'd made a fatal mistake in selecting their victims. We imagined we would kill them easily enough, but we were wrong. Had Arla not been left behind, sick with fever, we may have mastered them. But in our arrogance, we underestimated them. Ziema battled formidably, saving many of our lives, but that only aided our attackers' true intentions. They wanted not to rob us or kill us, but to steal away Ziema herself. And they succeeded. And it wasn't only her they took. Some of my most experienced warriors also vanished that night. In the aftermath, stranded in the Aurigan wilds, bloodied and exposed, there was little we could do except carry on with our original plan, without Ziema or the others. Every day the same questions burned in my mind. Who kidnapped Ziema? Did one of our party betray our intentions to the spineless trinity who rule the Forgotten in Dagari Tunga, the fearful High Consecrate, and the feeble masters of the divinities? Those rulers who have forgotten our motto, we are the power in the shadows? Or was she taken by some other enemy who escapes my attention? The questions burn. The one that burns the most, though, is this. Where is she now? Before we settled Liku, is that L-L-I? It's probably Liku. All I could do was seethe and agitate. Now, though, now I can begin to get answers. Now I will do everything in my power to find Ziema, and have my vengeance on those who stole her away. So an Eyeless One's village in the nearby region of Shirel knows something. Pacify the village to learn more. Destroying a village does pacify it. Is this Shirel? We can't see. It's not this village because it doesn't have the quest lights on it, but it probably is in this region. Oh, speaking of pacification, is that the quest? Be the first to destroy 10 armies to get tactical training. Probably not, right? If this was pacify 8 villages, I could totally see us getting it. Be the first to have at least 30 units of one luxury resource at the end of the turn to get 130 wine. That's a very powerful reward. And you can see we have a lot of sort of like front-loaded unique technologies. Of course, we have our second military unit here, the Predator, who dual wields hand crossbows, which seems a little bit silly. We can double our value from pillages. Over here we have the Mist, who is an extremely powerful flying assassin-type unit. Here, security on cities and bonus infiltration points on our infiltrating heroes. And then the Caw Data Sanctuary, which makes us much more likely to correctly predict the seasons and completely removes infiltration costs during winter, which is fun. So that's, yeah. It removes the cost to put the hero into the city and then lowers the cost to actually do spy actions. So if I attack here, yeah, okay. My dudes will be able to come and help. I guess we may as well parlay. If they give us a quest that's easy enough to do and is worth the reward. Okay, this does tell us this is Shirel. I'm absolutely not giving you 50 dust. That's ridiculous. I'll give you this, though. Nope, sorry, I meant that. This is... Kikators are such bad fighters. I mean, look at that. 4 initiative, 22 attack, 20 damage. This should be an auto-resolver. Yep. Interesting, they dropped 10 die instead of dust. I didn't even realize that could happen. I mean, obviously, we usually fire luxury boosters right away because because approval. We don't need to here, so I think I'm just going to hold on to this. And I guess let's continue searching Shirel for villages. And ruins. Ruins are good too. I guess I should speak to the Silix. A Haunts village in Toldraj. If we destroy it, we will get extremely paid. Ooh, this is nice. A compelling location for a second village, perhaps. Deposit 15 emeralds in these ruins. Seems like it'll probably be a while before we can even think about that. Man, look at this. There's actually there's really great stuff for us to expand into with our capital as well. We got, this region is incredible. Yeah, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, there's a seed value. I should be sharing these. I was trying to do that during the last Endless Legend series, but I forgot. This is the seed value. I don't know what you have to do exactly to make it produce the same game that I'm playing. We did show I did show the game settings in a previous video in the series, so hopefully, I don't know if you'll be able to reproduce this, but I know some people like the ability to play along. Oh, what is this? There's a skyfin in my territory. Oh, the village was pacified. Probably it was like over here and the Auriga destroyed it. I didn't actually read the thing. The Atlas ones claim dissident, forgotten, hiding in ruins in nearby Auriga played a part. Find and defeat them. Okay, we'll try that. Okay, a Kapaku army has spawned, which I am not overjoyed about. We gotta get our hero back here. Oh, that's a cliff. Well, that's inconvenient. Alright, the good news is it looks like we'll be able to spawn these things pretty close to the city, so we can probably use the militia to help fight them. So yeah, I don't really want you to go anywhere. Let's get our hero back in reinforcement range here, though. Alright, this is going to be a little awkward, because these Kapaku units are pretty good melee combatants. 56 defense over their 110 health. Yeah, you know what? It's not that good, though. The balance of power bar thinks we're just going to lose, which makes me nervous. So we're just going to be very careful how we approach. These things are not all that fast. So we probably just want to... I don't love the formation that we're finding ourselves in here. So 23 attack against my 33 defense, but my 44 attack against his 65. I kind of want to just have you back up, honestly. Rather than go directly into melee with those things. We'll pin two of them in place and... Yeah, I want the other militia to get over here. So you can attack from there. All right, let's see. Okay, it turns out our hero's pretty good at the job, at least. I might just withdraw the assassin. He's gonna get killed if we keep using him to actually fight. This is really awkward. I guess just move to here. You know what? I'm gonna have them continue to focus on this guy. I think they can take him. Alright, we almost got the job done. What? The Skyfin ran in and killed it, and so that makes me fail the quest? Oh, you monster. Now we have to kill the Turgeshi and rebuild the village. That sucks so much. Alright, we're hunting that Skyfin. I cannot believe the audacity. Get even more wine. Well, if we find a little bit more wine, then we will also receive a stockpile of wine as a reward. Alright, well... The thing is, the Skyfin has actually like 230 health. It's not a very dangerous combat unit, but it is also not trivial to kill one. So we may not be able to. I probably won't actually attack it, but I am very annoyed with it. Yeah, I guess let's go ahead and do this. I wanna resolve this quest first. Heal up a little bit before we go attacking the Dorgeshi. We share a common frontier, do we? Well, that's not great. Alright. So I'm going to search this ruin, and then I'm going to try to run away quickly. Did it spawn the quest army? It's hard to tell because they're forgotten and as such invisible. I think it should have. Okay, 40 dust. 40 dust is cool. Let's get you back up here just in case. Yeah, we'll do a full turn run. Wait, why did he turn around and run back down there? I definitely did not have a path set for that. Okay, well. Get ready to do some more rebuilding. Definitely bring the hero in second. So these are our predators. They are ranged units. 66 base attack. Like really, really high. So we have to be like extremely cautious because they will kill us. But they're also pretty squishy. So you're going to move to like here or here. And then have 3 range. I'm going to start you here, and you're not going to move on the first turn. You're also not going to move, but the hero will advance. Okay, now, unfortunately, we're going to have to charge. Only one of us can actually attack. Well, I guess... Sorry, we can only actually attack one of them. So one of us is getting full-on shot in the face here. So, notice that little symbol above our head? That is the Predator's Mark. When a Predator hits an opponent, it stacks up those marks up to 3 times, and Predators deal bonus damage attacking marked targets. Any Predator deals the bonus damage, regardless of whether or not they were the one who actually landed the initial mark. I'm going to back you out. Okay, well, we may still lose someone here. Because if I try to back this guy out, he's probably just going to still get attacked, so... Narrow survival. Alright. That should have involved the city garrison instead of just my units there, so I would have been very cross if it had not worked out. So we have to make a decision here. Is the third builder Gulayawa going to be a spy? My feeling is that it will probably be necessary. Yeah, alright. I'm going to grab Managed Torpor. We'll head toward Double or Nothing. Or, no, we'll probably head toward Lord of the Trance. Get ourselves integrated into the cities faster. And then Double or Nothing can come afterward. Because we're going to need to do some early spying in order to steal technologies. So we got our own Predators here. The Eyeless One spoke true. Ziema and the others' kidnapping was aided by Rebel Forgotten, commanded by an unknown leader. They claim she is held in an enemy city. Repentant, the rebels join you. Well, that's nice of them, after filling us with crossbow bolts. Funny how men become eager to talk before the persuasive glow of a firebrand. That's another thing. All of the quest text with these guys is going to be, like, extremely edgelordy, so You know, just strap in for that. Unfortunately, the dissident Forgotten knew little, save for the fact that Ziema and the others were taken to a distant city. It would have been easy to order these men's deaths after their confessions, but to do so would be wasteful, not to mention unjust. They were only pieces in others' designs. A Draken, a Vaulter, and another who kept every facet of their identity hidden are the ones who pulled the strings, they tell me. Vengeance must wait, however. First, I must find Ziema. The fact she was captured and ferried leagues across Auriga gives me hope that she still lives. I fear, though, the state in which I will find her. I remember vividly her strength, her ambition, her hopes for our people. Back in Dagari Tonga, when we plotted our escape together, seeking a better way for the Forgotten, I remember the conviction of her words. We will not survive the coming winters by cowering in the mountains like rats. We will control Auriga by embracing who we are. We are the power in the shadows. Apparently they just say that to each other like all the time in casual conversation. I hope she still has the means to speak those words. Time is my greatest enemy. Okay, so infiltrate Salamar and reach level 3 infiltration. That's Salamar, has been revealed to us. So we are in fact going to end up sitting on just a tremendous stockpile of wine. Okay, and we found that sick Nidya. That sick Nidya. The first step is to heal the Nidya by building over a total of 7 anomalies. We have 5 already, obviously, so just need to get a couple more. And then here's our new Predators. They're fine. You know, ranged units. Ranged units are pretty good. We're probably going to want to keep our armies together as we fight, because we're going to want to keep fighting minor factions to keep getting bonus loot. Ugh, Eresis is ugly. Well, let's come up here and have a chat with them. If they pacify easily, maybe we just, well, okay. Maybe we just move into the region. They'll give us the emeralds we need for the other thing. It's not bad, you know? It's not bad. By the time we have this stuff rebuilt, we'll have another point of population. Maybe we produce a pretty early settler. I know that that's a little at odds with the fact that we spent a bunch of effort getting an early seed storage, but to be perfectly honest with you, we're already benefiting from the seed storage to such a degree that like I'm not going to feel like it's wasted. All right, so remember we have to get actual vision of the city in order to insinuate a spy into it. So that's what Guliyawa's doing. We're gonna go get ourselves a vision of that city. Wow, a whole army of Alai, huh? That's concerning. So Sharel has been pretty knocked out. We could still settle Neth. Has a couple of anomalies clustered together here. It does have glass steel. Our new region, the region we ended up taking, as incredibly dense with anomalies as it is, doesn't look like it has any strategics or anything, so that's inconvenient. You know what we should do? We should go ahead and knock out this village now while the hero's still in position to get XP from it. Stupid Skyfin, ruining everything. Okay, yeah, I guess that's right. So we probably will not have to. My guess is this is going to unfold the same way the last one did. No, apparently not. They are, in fact, trying to keep the reinforcement pads locked up. Okay. 30 more dust. It might be time to start thinking about that next tech we're going to buy. Because we're about to be done with the mill foundry. I mean, given the way our whole deal works, probably a nice early Empire mint makes a lot of sense. And then we need access to the mercenary market for sure. I should have bought that first, I guess. I'm going to hold off on actually buying that, though, because it doesn't make sense to get it before we have the money to exploit it. So I think we are going to try to settle this region. Let me see if we can get vision of the rest of the tiles here. I want to know exactly what we're getting into. But yeah, do that, then this, and somewhere in here we sneak a settler. Because the thing is, if we get the settler down really quickly, then maybe I just put it right after the mill foundry. Honestly, if we get the settler done really quickly, we can even benefit from seed storage in the second city for a little while, potentially. All right, I'm into it. Let's do it. Yeah, that's going to come out pretty fast. Oh, lust for loot. Use a hero-led army to certain... Oh, boy. Okay. New plan. This guy's going to go get vision of the city. We're going to relocate the hero onto this army. I guess I can move the hero 2 more spaces here. We may as well. Yeah, this is the most anomaly-dense region I think I've ever seen. That's wild. Yeah, we're going to come back to here. We're going to pursue lust for loot. Obviously, the Moonleaf, not too exciting, but lust for loot can be a very, very powerful thing. So I don't remember. I think we've seen it before in the series. But yeah, a series of ruins gets lit up. You have to search them with a hero, and the rewards can be extremely game-changing early on. Okay, over there. Easy enough. And those spices will actually matter quite a lot. So yeah, we'll use this unit to get vision of the city. But we probably won't actually... I mean, obviously we need a hero for lust for loot, so we won't be moving our hero over quite yet. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So, where do we want to put down, actually? I mean, here's not bad. It gives us a coastal city plus 2 more anomalies. It does leave us unable to expand too much. Also, it gets us movement on the quest to heal the Nidya. And this region does have glass steel. That's cool. And it has 2 or maybe even 3 villages, and we have a good quest. Like, this is good news. It's all good news. Except for the Skyfin. So you just have 4 Seekers out here already. Troublemakers. Always. Alright, let's move to here. I'm not 100% sure just yet, but that does look like a pretty compelling settling location. Now remember, they can only see me if I'm adjacent to them. So it's going to cost us 22 influence to infiltrate. Well, I mean, we know we're going to need it. Settling another city will get us a little bit more influence income too, but obviously our empire plan may not be in a great place, potentially. go get this. So 15 spices. Search that area for 15 more dye. Not exactly what I need, actually, at this point in the video game. What was this quest? Destroy a Haunts village in a nearby region. Okay, so you're going to be able to just poke your head over the border whenever you want, really. I'm going to creep back over here and get vision of the rest of these tiles. See if there's any other strategics in our region here. But I think I am just going to take this settle. The cities are kind of close together. Not close enough together for actual mutual defense, but close enough that we can at least run troops from one to the other pretty quickly. Yeah. All right, I'm going to do this. So before we do this, let's go ahead and pop that so that we're paying the decreased price for it. And then you're going to give me 15 wine? Is that... No, that's right. They're going to give me emeralds. The wine comes from my faction quest. So 15 wine. So I can go ahead and spend 10 wine right now to ensure that the new city is high approval. Because this will be 40 points of bonus approval. Plus... Oh no, Rumbling Stones does not give approval. Ah, well. So 15 emeralds. Maintain a minimum of 3 influence in the new city for 5 turns, which we absolutely should do. It's very high value. And I kind of want to just buy out the seed storage. Like, I know money for heroes and stuff, but like getting the seed storage established first turn, we're going to have so much population. I think it's very, very important. Okay. So you're going to go check this out. And now we're bringing in 7 influence per turn, so... Yeah, let's... Do I want to fight here? Are you a settler? Do I want to allow that? Because we certainly don't have to let them run a settler through, but if I do fight with that, if I do fight here, we're probably committing to being on a pretty aggressive footing with our neighbor for the rest of the game. Yeah, I think preventing him from getting to do that is probably pretty important. I really wish that my unit would move through the ruins to get to here, which is the thing I should be able to do. Because I want to attack from this side. I'm very nervous that attacking here, they could have that other army, like, right in this area. I'm going to go for it. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll just do the same thing at the beginning of the next turn. No, I'm going to leave it because if we can take out the Haunts village, I want the 80 dust. All right, so yeah, we'll just make sure this happens. Oh, really? We're about to get a dust eclipse. Now that's interesting. All right, a lot of you are going to have feelings about that. Oh, remember, if we wait until winter to do the infiltration itself is free. Okay, 10 more die. Some Magte. We should be able to kill Magte pretty easily, I would think. Alright, so I do want to see what's up here. Guess we'll have to wait till next turn. So we're building population pretty quickly. Once we're through with these, I don't actually know what I want to do in this city. And they're running around an awful lot of dudes in my territory. Oh man, if they run over here and attack my minor faction village, they're absolutely going to, aren't they? Oh, I can feel it. I can feel that they are going to. Yep, they're gonna ruin my quest. Okay. Problematic. Oh, they didn't. Oh, they did. They did go and grab that, though. Also a problem. Okay, 5 glass steel is cool. So we are headed toward Lord of the Trance as quickly as we can get there. Let's see if this is an easy quest. Activate 2 boosters to get 15 emeralds and a Magte unit. I wish I had 15 or 2 boosters I could run. I can refire the dye and the wine, but it will just refresh the duration on them, which seems very wasteful. We'd get 15 emeralds, which would mean we immediately get handed 130 dye. And then I'm reluctant to spend emeralds for that reason, because I want to be given. Because if we have to wait until we finish the next step of our faction quest, I'm not 100% sure that the reward will still be available. Somebody else may have gotten it before we do. And it'll give us an extra military unit. Pacifies the region, which is like whatever. I don't really care about that. It's kind of great, though. I think I'm going to do it. I know this is a little not optimal use of these resources, but I also don't think that we necessarily need to use those resources optimally. All right, so now just don't spend the resources. Okay, a swift conflux is like an extremely welcome find. So what do I want to do with you? I guess for the moment you can just fold into this army. It doesn't matter that you're not stealthed. You are not... I mean, I guess you can start heading down here. We're not gonna want to drop our hero off in that city for a little while yet. All right, you help with this. Yep, there's my wine. There's you're mad about the aggression. Understandably. Not quite close enough to get the city garrison involved. Wait, did they attack me? I did not. Hold on. I let go of right click when I had my unit selected. I'm pretty annoyed about that, actually. We got there by an uncaring world. All right, well, I guess let's see if I can do this. I don't love you being in the trees, but I guess I can at least high ground. The thing is, this unit's actually very fast. Yeah, okay, this is attack or be attacked, unfortunately. He's fast enough that we couldn't have just hidden from him for a turn to bait him into a better position. Well, stop sending your units into my territory, is my advice to you, friend. Quote unquote friend. You probably turn this display off. And we all know they had malicious intent. That really is at 3 population already. Yeah, man. Early seed storage. It's a hell of a thing. completed a quest. Hooray! Don't have to have you on that anymore. So that's 2 free points of population. Pretty solid stuff. Get to triple search that ruin. So 15 die. There's 15 titanium waiting for me over there. Well, good news. Movement conflux. What is this? Are you... not learning? Alright, so yeah, we'll get that. That'll be good. 60 dust and also 30 dust. Hey, pretty cool, actually. You know what? Buy me access to the mercenary market. How much do heroes cost right now? 300-ish. Okay. Might be a thing. Should we build more military units? I guess I could just put up the husbandry center here and then put this city into hard population mode while we don't have anything critical to build. You know what? Let's start building the husbandry center, but I'm going to have people dust focus for a minute here. Yeah. Okay. Because we're going to need the city to be large and powerful to produce the military that's going to be necessary to eat our neighbor. No! I needed that eclipse to last like another turn. Alright, we have slain yet another settler. What were you thinking? We may as well run over here. So that's 4 seekers. They do not have... Boy, that's interesting. Report back for military action, probably. Wait. Okay, that's a seeker. Not interested. Because the thing is, if we jump them near enough the city, not only are seekers kind of not that great as a military unit, but they're cavalry. We can probably... They're going to try to kill us, right? That's the thing that's going to happen. The enemy is going to be cross. So, who wants to be my first governor? Or should we buy a technology? Let's buy a governor. We should get them going early. Are there good ones even? Expansion support, food boost 1. Yeah... You're all combat stuff. I mean, I guess it's not like... Well, Dabua Ufosu at least gets an awful lot of dust for you. What is the exact value on Dust Boost 2? 4? 4 per hero level? Syria Alastra has Dust Efficiency 2 and is, I think, a little bit better overall. Obviously, 2 dust on terrain with anomaly is fantastic. Trade route stuff. Yeah, traveling salesman's really effective. Dabua Ofosu has, like... It's just unfortunate that it's very difficult to get a good governing tree out of a forgotten character. You're basically just, like, building up the middle. But none of these are awesome. Food boost, I guess food boost 3 is not so bad. We don't have any river, so that's a shame. Yeah, you're not really, boy, you're not contributing much either, huh? Longfangs has, you know what, actually, Longfangs might be the one. Slavery gives +2 food and +2 industry for each person on working on food or industry in our capital, right? It's a 2-village region. So that's not bad. Is it a 2-village region? Hold on. Yes, okay. We do have both of the villages. So that's not bad. And then the necrophage tree is much better, right? Like bonus food into a reduction in the cost of military units. and then from there reaching up pretty easy to inspirational leader. Or even just like a lot more food. Yeah, I kind of think it's going to be you, because we're going to have those people on food or industry most of the time. Sitliowasi does not have any governing traits, is a wild walker, which is cool, but yeah, I think it's Longfangs. Welcome aboard, Longfangs. Let's assign you to the city before we attack the Seeker force so that you can get some XP from the battle. Because you do, in fact, get XP when you make your enemies run away. I didn't let the other unit get into position, but I didn't want to lose these enemies. All right, perfect outcome. They just flee. Oh, you're kidding me. They fled into my territory? Oh, they're so dead. That's so beautiful. I don't know where these neutrals came from, but we may as well blow them up. Oh, right. Ligu's on shoot. I forgot. Ligu tried to reinforce an attack. So we don't get both garrisons worth of militia, which is a real shame. Stay put for a turn. This is actually going to hurt a lot, it turns out. In fact, this unit might just be dead. Done some reasonable damage here, though. Are you kidding me? I really need you to not do that. Just hit for no damage. That sucks a huge amount. Yeah, I guess there's not really another play here, though. That one's got to go down. Okay, that's good. That's good news. Yeah, I just do it like that. No, no. Oh, he lives. Sadly, I can't get away, though, so I do just have to fight them. Okay, 0. I'll take 0. That's a unit that's alive and still healing. You're going to want to back up. So when I put the 15 emeralds into this thing, we're going to get 150 dust, but we're also going to spawn fleas, right? Tempt the roaming lice out of their lairs. So, like, I probably shouldn't do this right now. Yeah, I should probably wait at least like a turn or two. All right, let's get rid of this force here. Okay, that does not include the injured guy, which I think is actually probably pretty good. Uh-oh, winter. This is like a pretty bad moment for that. So a lot of you units shapeshift based on the season, and Seekers are considerably better military units during the winter than they are during the summer. Really, this could not have happened at a better moment for them. So 41 attack, 47 defense. So we probably hit them for full, but we also get hit for full. So maybe play back. Let's draw them into the militia and let the militia sort of complicate matters here. They are fast as hell, it should be noted, and any ranged units that are left in front are going to get attacked. So you don't move this turn, and then they're gonna go, and then we need to commit on them in a very serious way. Okay, great news. Wow. Doing good damage. Okay, we are no longer capable of controlling the threat. Sorry, we have a small amount of control over the threat. If you're wondering why their spot in the initiative order changed, it has to do with their morale. Allow you units... Oh, wait. No, the necrophage doesn't... Okay, I was going to say, the heroes don't have the disease. It seemed like the disease was out there, but I don't know where it came from. Huh. But allow you units get initiative as well as attack and defense from morale. So that's why that happened. Because when they broke apart to come attack us, they actually lost initiative. I have 4 turns to make it there. We're gonna make it, right? Yes. You should grab this, and then you should wait here, and we will do the combat at the beginning of the next turn, so that everybody's present and refreshed. So, seems like it maybe would be a good time to research a thing for both of the cities to work on. Although, actually, we don't really have one of those available. It doesn't make a ton of sense to go for the sewer. Well, it would offset expansion disapproval. This city's going to drop back to 90%, but that's fine, obviously. This city will go back to 50%, so the sewer does make sense here. There's not really another building that we would... I guess we could just pick this up and start making military units. There's also the alchemist furnace, which makes some sense to build. Wow, there was another spot in this same region where there was a clump of 5 anomalies. It's certainly less good. Fewer of those anomalies are plus approval. In fact, only one of them is. But still, very good. Yeah, so... Maybe that's the move. And we're actually doing really well on this. We may yet get Visionary Leader. The allow you running stuff into our territory and letting us feast on it. Definitely helpful in that regard. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's the thing we know we want. So... if we just put some basic armor on this design. We don't really get a lot of weapon choices. It's paired crossbows versus a single longbow. So you can see 53 attack, 20 damage this way. 51 attack, 25 damage this way. I do like this better. The crossbow, of course, has a point blank attack bonus in case these units get jumped, which they may, given that we're about to go to war against a player who their entire army is going to be made of fast-moving cavalry units. Yeah, it might be better to stick with this. Okay, so just produce for me like 1 or 2 just quick normal melee units there. Alright, let's hand this in. Defeat the lice armies roaming in Dardogar and Liku. And we'll get some lice. I was expecting a lice army to spawn like right on top of the ruin, but I guess not. Okay, well, come grab this. Oh, hey, look who it is. We'll kill that guy with this army. So, a little awkward to get to 74. I think given the way things are trending here, I think these are both strong. I should have thought about this a little bit more and gotten us to 80. I think I might take the unit cost reduction. No, I'm not. Never mind. The money is, yeah. Yeah, give me the money. And actually, you focus on money as well. I guess this would be the next thing we pick up. Or maybe sewers. Yeah, with only one deposit, obviously, it's a little bit less compelling to grab the other thing. You know what? Maybe I should be building a settler. Maybe we should be thinking about the next settlement already. We can go back to Neth. Neth has both titanium and glass steel. I do like that. Okay. I'm going to keep this city on hardcore industry mode. In 2 turns, can I configure this? There we go. I want to get a point of population immediately before we start building. Okay. I'm sure these guys are from a quest that somebody else spawned. Oh, dust is also required to heal the Nidya warrior. I wasn't even paying attention to this. We got that happened. Okay. Then just visit the highlighted ruins and we'll get some Nidya. We're getting a lot of free troops, which is fun. Gulayawa gets to pick up the first point of Lord of the Trance before going into spying mode. And then... yeah. And yep, just start absolutely as far away as possible. You are not part of this battle. One XP per unit. Well, you know, it's not literally nothing. You got to give it that. Okay, so additional friends. I'm gonna want to rebalance these armies a little bit because we want all of the visible troops to be in the same army, right? For sure. So I think the hero army is going to kick out this assassin and this predator to pick up those 2 Nidya. And you're going to stay right here so as to pick those up. Yeah, okay. I really want to finish Lust for Loot here before we call the episode for the day. Okay. Assassin. One of the Predators. Then I move this army onto here. Then we go and we get the Lust for Loot. Hooray! Titanium and Blood Crystal. And now that we have some titanium, we do have an interesting option available to us. Even without having done any actual mining, we have the resources for the museum, but somebody else already started building it. Obviously, the science that it puts out would not be meaningful for us, but if we could steal it from other players, I do think that that is meaningful for us. So I guess we're not going to grab it. We're not even going to try. We can just use these materials for other things. But, you know, it's on the table. Also, if I win one more battle, I do get Visionary Leader, and it's very unusual that you get Visionary Leader away from the AI when this is the requirement. All right, so before we call it, though, we can pick up another hero. Hey, surprise, it's mostly the same heroes. Sala Arca is obviously a lot less compelling with this faction than she is with some of the others. So one of the unique heroes has to go, or one of the exclusive heroes has to go for the market to move, right? Maybe what we do instead is we hire Specialized Polyp 3G to be a combat hero. I mean, you want to use a Forgotten for your combat hero so that you're not, sacrificing the stealth of your armies. You have army attack boost 2. You have army defense boost 3. That's also interesting. But this one's level 2 already. And the skill point is in the right place. And our biggest army already is going to contain a bunch of visible troops. So that would cause a market refresh. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. I think that causes a market refresh. All right, so for the moment, I can't actually detach you. Do I just unassign? Let Guliyawa be unassigned for a few turns? Well, you know what? Guliyawa is going to only have a 3-turn reassignment cooldown because we picked up Managed Torpor. So we can just make her a governor for 3 turns. It's a 128 cost unit. That's a 134. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna make her a governor here temporarily. Dust Boost 2 is active. We'll finish a unit during her tenure, so she'll get XP from that. Get you down here and get you leveling up. You know, commanding a full army is worth XP. So that's worth 5 XP per turn. So even without combat, we're getting fairly fast leveling. Okay. And we're still producing units. We're still producing quite a bit of money. Yeah, I think this is a pretty compelling position. I think that's what we're going to call this episode for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Apologies if you feel like I'm cheating by starting on this incredibly powerful town position. If it makes you feel any better, I'd say there's still about a 60% chance that I'm going to find a way to lose this game. Come back next time tomorrow to see if it's already starting. And we'll see you then.